What's good, everyone? Happy Sunday. It's your boy NLG. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be going over transfer news. Big news, finally. Zubimendi signs. Zube. He's finally at the club. Jesus Christ, that took at least 5 months. I feel like we heard around January, February, but we're going to get into all of that. We're going to get into the news. Fabrizio literally just shared 20 minutes ago on Victor Gyokeres and Noni to Arsenal. Let's speak about all of it. Look, people, it has been a mad few days. As people said, from July 1st, maybe movement will happen. And at least Zubimendi is finally through the door. Fabrizio and the club officially releasing a statement. But look, it's official. He joins Arsenal on a 65 million euro deal from Real Sociedad, as agreed since May. Again, to think it was 2 months ago that Fabrizio said like it was basically done, and it was probably January, February where you were hearing it was agreed that he'd come in the summer. But look, it's done. He'll take the number 36 shirt. Great addition for Mikel Arteta, who strongly wanted Zubimendi. And now let's speak about the player. I mean, Zubimendi, from what I've seen on YouTube or on the very odd Real Sociedad game, I'm not going to pretend like I know everything about him. He is a tempo setter. He can control a game, protect the back four, make sure the tempo ticks along, play passes in between the lines, but also he's a good dribbler out of the back. And I think we will need that, and he'll provide the comfort that Rice will need to play the 8 position, and Odegaard will need to play those 8 positions with confidence and not feel like they have to drop back on all the time. On top of that, Norgard coming in for Partey, who's an absolute idiot, and thank God the club got rid of him for the allegations that came out there. Not allegations, he's been charged. So thank God we got rid of Partey. And Norgard and Zubimendi will be fantastic in that 6th position. So I think Zubimendi comes into a team where we've needed to bolster this spine and cement this midfield. And I believe after this is done, now this is finally through the door, I feel like we can fully focus on the attacking options. Let's look at what the club also had to say about Martin Zubimendi signing for Arsenal. So they said, we're delighted to announce that the Spain international Martin Zubimendi has joined us on a long-term contract. Remember, he also won the Euros. He made 236 appearances in all competition at first team level, which is an insane number of games as well for a 26-year-old. And he graduated from the academy. Helped Sociedad win the delayed 2019-20 Copa del Rey. What else do they have to say about him? Claimed silver in the Tokyo Olympics as well. €1 2024 coming on for Rodri as a halftime sub. And Martin had to say, this is a huge moment in my career. It's a move I was looking for when I wanted to make. As soon as you set foot here, you realize how big this club and this team are. I set my sights on Arsenal because their style of play is a good fit for me. They have shown their potential recently, and the best is yet to come. Andrea Berta had something to say on this. He said, we're so happy to bring Martin to Arsenal and have a lot of pride in finalizing this transfer. Thank you. Martin was a key target for us, and we know that he's a perfect fit for our squad with the high quality he has. We welcome Martin. We look forward to seeing him settling in. Mikel Arteta said he'll bring a huge amount of quality, intelligence, fit really well, key player. So yeah, people, that's Martin Zubimendi. Let me know your thoughts on his signing down below. Are you happy this is finally over? Let me know in the comments down below. Smash a like and hit sub to be a part of the NLG fam. You know what it is. That's finally done. Yesterday now, I was having a great weekend, I was at Silverstone for practice day, it was super sick experience. My first time at Silverstone. Trying to get into other sports, just because Arsenal often have you thinking what other sports you can get into. So F1 is the new thing. But Fabrizio dropped this one yesterday, and I was like, is this an episode of MTV Punk'd? Like, if you lot know the show Punk'd, then you know what I'm talking about. Long story short, I feel like this is a setup. And Chelsea have been setting us up for time memorial. I need to know what is going on in the background, because Fabrizio yesterday tweeted that Arsenal are now advancing on personal terms with Noni. He hasn't asked to leave Chelsea, but I've heard I've heard that basically between Noni and Arsenal, it's done. Like they both agreed, they both want to move. I don't get the appeal. Noni's a decent player, plays on the right, left footed. He's quick, he's very quick, but he's not the needle mover we need up front. And Chelsea are doing this. They're going to use this money if we decide to go for him. Because it's Chelsea, I reckon we'll get it done. They're going to use this money to fund their Gittins signing on the flank. And then apparently they're trying to go for Ethan Ranieri. So what's going on with Ranieri there? Like, I don't believe Noni is so many levels above Ranieri that we should be paying 50 million for him. Now, if we're trying to sign Noni and also we have money for Rodrigo, Gyokeres, and potentially an Eze, I'm like, okay, fair enough. For once in my life, I'm actually sitting here and saying, Arsenal, save money. This is the one time I'm like, you don't need to spend 50 million on Noni. If you go get Rodrigo, if you go get Gyokeres, if you go get Eze, that is a solid team. Potentially, we're really trying to go for all competitions here. Maybe this is the angle they're trying to go with and thinking, hopefully we can get the Ranieri contract over the line, by the way, because I'm sure this puts massive tension on that contract because the Ranieri is going to be like, okay, you're trying to sign Noni, so what am I doing here? But maybe we're really trying to go for all competitions and Noni provides decent backup there. And I could see that, but not for 50 million. I don't think he's worth more than 30. I wouldn't pay more than 30 or 25. So look, if Arsenal decide to get Noni down, which I feel like they will because it's Chelsea, make sure you get every single one of those other players. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, man. I think this one is wild if you ask me. But Arsenal be doing Arsenal things and Arsenal be dealing with Chelsea, man. So look, that's the news on that. Now, speaking of the other players that are important to get, irrespective of whether we get Noni Madueke, Fabrizio literally just tweeted 12:18, about half an hour ago, that Arsenal are now getting closer to signing Victor Gyokeres after new rounds of talks in the recent hours. And remember, Gyokeres is supposed to return to training at Sporting tomorrow. So this is positive news that Sporting knows he's not coming back to training, and now talks are developing and getting closer. This is amazing news. Look, I think most Arsenal fans believe that Gyokeres is the option we should go for. I just feel like he's a go-getter, he's a killer, he's strong, he's dominant, he's fast. He often also plays really well coming in off the flanks as well, which I feel like would allow Arsenal to be way more dynamic, with the wingers also dropping inside if Gyokeres wants to pull outside. I think he'd also help us dominate in European competitions when we have more space and we'd be able to interchange a lot more fluidly. I am so happy to hear this. I don't know what's happened in the Sesko talks, but they seem to have stalled. But this is the striker I'd want. Let me know if you're still Team Sesko or Team Gyokeres. But it looks like we are finally getting closer and closer. Arsenal, please deliver on this one and just get it over the line. I would love to see Gyokeres at Arsenal. The other quick thing to mention on Noni's point is I would rather not spend 50 M's on Noni, keep Waneri, and if you really wanted to, you could go for Gyokeres and Sesko. Because my thing also is, personally, if I was sporting director and I knew I had enough money to make all of these signings and then Noni's on the side, I would keep Waneri, get Gyokeres, and get Sesko. Because whoever we do get, the other player is probably going to go to another Prem club. Liverpool will be lurking, Chelsea will be lurking, United will be lurking. All of our ops are lurking for these top strikers. So, me personally, that 50 million that you use for Noni, I would use that. Get both strikers. Find a way to let Jesus go maybe by January, and potentially even I'd sell Havertz. Honestly, potentially I'd sell Havertz, or you have the three of them. You have Havertz. Imagine having Havertz, Sesko, and Gyokeres. Imagine how nuts that would be. Plus, you'd get Rodrigo and Eze and save that 50 million you're going to throw at Noni could throw at Sesko. But look, that's my personal opinion. Yeah, crazy stuff. Gyokeres is close. Noni agreed, and Zubimendi officially signs. Listen, people, that's the news for today. It's been been a whirlwind of news this Sunday, and yeah, just make sure to drop a like, drop a comment down below, sub to the channel to be a part of the NLG fam. I'm really trying to grow this channel, so if you stuck through to the end, really appreciate you. Yeah, I'm gonna really try and pump out content this year. So yeah, people, let's hope we have a good summer transfer window. It's hotting up, and I'll catch you lot in a bit. Peace.